What's up, everybody? Wrestling fans, especially. This is Kenny Cummins here of Chilling with Kenny C. And quite honestly, this is an interview I've been wanting to do ever since the relaunch of New South Wrestling a little over a year ago. This man is a former professional wrestler under the name Scott Storm, but since and let's just say he's about to get the boots back. He's about to get the trunks. He's about to get back into school, a Scott Storm of sorts on October 1st. He's in a very good mood. Let's just say he's a promoter, a booker, an owner of New South Wrestling out in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Check it out. The next show is on October 1st, and we'll get to the details for the show in a matter of moments. I'm joined with the one and only Anthony Presley. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing? It's
I'm
always
good.
good to see you out there at the shows.
I appreciate you, man. And I have to thank you and New South Wrestling in particular because I didn't think I was ever going to go to a Sunday show after a lot has happened to me a long time ago. But then New South literally filled the void. And here I am going to wrestling shows on Sunday nights as a result of New South Wrestling. And so I say, as a fan of the promotion and what you present to these fans every other week, man, thank you, man. It's New South is awesome.
Well, I appreciate that.
So let's go back before we move ahead to October 1st. Let's go back to the Bash at the Berg. What a show overall. And then of course the main event, high stakes. So much was on the line. Team Presley versus Team Diamond. And you've been going back and forth with the Diamond Cartel for months, for most of this year. And a match like this needed to happen. And your team ended up with the victory. And as a result of that victory, you, Mr. Presley, will get 5 minutes inside the ring with Scott Diamond on October the 1st. So, with everything that has transpired, Mr. Presley, how are you feeling in the weeks after Bash at the Berg? And how are you feeling knowing that on October 1st, you got Scott Diamond all for yourself for 5 minutes?
Man, I'm telling you, I wrestled for 20 years and I had both of my hips replaced. So I decided to get out of the business. And as far as being a wrestler in the ring, I decided to give these young guys an opportunity and bring wrestling back to the forefront of the area for the fans and for the wrestlers. So I didn't want to get back in the ring, but Scott Diamond, he just kept prodding at me. And this is 2 years in the making. So for 2 years, he's been a thorn in my side, trying to cause all kinds of havoc in New South Wrestling. And I just got to a point where I'd had enough of it. So it all led up to last Bash at the Berg, the last show that we had there at the New South Event Center. As you could say, as you did say, the whole show was hot. The whole show was on fire. The crowd was involved with the whole thing, like chanting and on their feet. For that main event, they were on their feet the entire match. You was the one right on the front lines. You was on the front row cheering them on, taking videos, and all excited about it. So that match was just awesome. From the beginning to the end, it had a mix of young guys in it, young girls in it. It had older veterans in it. It had an AEW star and Jay Lethal in it. I mean, that thing was just from start to finish was nonstop action, and it was explosive. We came out on top. I really was a little worried when Jay Lethal got disqualified, and I thought, oh man, we're down to Ari Alexander, and I was like, I tell you what, I was so worried that it was Nurse Micah and Troy Parker against Ari Alexander by herself, but I believed in her, and she pulled it off. She came out on fire. beat Nurse Micah, and then Scott Diamond tried to get involved. I pulled him down off of the ring. I grabbed him and was getting ready to put my hands on him right then, and he went to, I could feel him shaking in my hands. I could feel him shaking, and then Troy Parker grabs me from behind, and then Scott was going to try to cheat and hit me with a cane, and I moved. He hit Troy, and a German suplex from Ari Alexander, and the roof blew off the place when she won the match for Team Presley. I mean, she looked like a superstar that night. You was there, the crowd was chanting Ari, Ari. It was amazing, man. It was an amazing night. The whole show was amazing, but that match in general was about a 35-minute, 40-minute match, and it was outstanding from start to finish.
It was a Survivor Series feel, considering elimination. Of course, first team to eliminate everyone from the other team gets the win. Of course, to use a sports analogy, you gotta have somebody that comes through in the clutch. You gotta have that MVP performance for somebody, and that individual for your team is Ari Alexander, the current upstart women's champion, the one and only upstart women's champion. She came through, eliminated the last two participants from Team Diamond, and she got these ovation. Ari is truly incredible. I've been following her career for the last several years now. I mean, she's the real deal. She's definitely going to be on the TV. She's been on the TV screens already, and she'll be on your TV screens a lot more in the foreseeable future. She puts in the work, and it shows. She's become quite the workhorse for your promotion since she's been there. So obviously, you needed the best of the best, and Ari fits that mold. So props to Ari. She came.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Ari and Lord Crew both were on AEW the following week from our show, from Bash at the Berg. And I was so proud to see them both there. I mean, we had Brian Pillman with us, and he had just signed with WWE. So I'm proud of him. We had the Tate twins who got signed by AEW and actually who just re-signed with them. Yeah. So I'm so proud of those guys. Matt Vine is a product of us, and he is now with Booker T. He's the Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champion there. Like, I'm so proud of seeing guys and girls who come from New South make it on the next level, because that's what we're truly 100% about. We're about the fans having a great time, but we're also about the talent leaving us and going to bigger and better venues and being seen across the world. And that's what we pride ourselves in. We want to help everybody make it.
And I truly respect that for you, Mr. Presley. It's just what it boils down to. All wrestlers want is a platform to showcase their skills, to really show what they can do. And you give them that platform, especially in the Central Kentucky area. Are very active. I feel like New South has become the most active wrestling promotion in Central Kentucky area, especially since y'all came back and y'all got this very own building, New South Event Center, formerly known as the WCCW Arena, and now, Lawrenceburg. People be craving Lawrenceburg, and now we got it. So it's a good site. It's good to have new memories in that building, and it's also good to see talent that you most likely gonna see on them TV screens in the foreseeable future. So if you missed any of the action for Bash at the Berg, go check out the YouTube channel, New South Wrestling. You can see it all. And get ready for October the 1st. That's what I want to get into. The commissioner's back. That is Rikishi, WWE Hall of Famer. This is actually his first time at the New South Event Center. How you feeling about the commish making his return to New South a week from the Sunday?
I'm excited about it, man. I'm telling you, I actually got off the phone with him last night. He called me He said, "Hey, Oos, I just got out back from the airport. Can I call you?" I said, "Yeah, by all means." You know, he's on the West Coast, so our time's a little off. But I said, "Call me," and he was excited. He said he can't wait to get back here. He said that he's been watching everything that's been going on with the Diamond Cartel, and he has a few choice words that he wants to say to Scott Diamond. He said he wants to meet all the fans. He's going to do a meet and greet and sign autographs. So he wants to meet the fans down there at the event center. So bring some money, and he's ready to do pictures with you, sign pictures. He's going to have 8x10s with them. But he's excited about meeting people. We're excited about having him back. It's with him living out on the West Coast. It's a little difficult sometimes to get him in here all the time. So I keep up with him online, and we talk to each other on the phone. Me and Keish go way back. When I wrestled in my career, we actually worked together quite a bit in the NWA, and I was excited to bring him on board as the commissioner. He actually was the one who asked for that. Like when he came to us in Lexington at the Ice Center, he said, "Man, your show is like an old school mix of talent, and the way you do it's kind of old school." He said, "I love the locker room. It's a family feel." He said, "The crowd, you can tell they're intimately involved in what's going on." And he said, "Man, I want to be a part of this. I can't get in the ring much anymore, but I want to be a part." And he's the one that came up with, "Hey, let me be the commissioner." And I said, "Brother, we would love to have you the commissioner of New South Wrestling." And he's really taking the mantle up on it, man. He wants to be here for these fans. He loves it here.
That's encouraging to hear, given his career, his resume, and of course, he comes from a lineage of wrestling with the family that he's a part of. Obviously, it's been a while since New South Nation seen Keish. So the Lawrenceburg crowd are in for quite a night on October the 1st. Rikishi will be in the building, meet and greet, and then he's going to be a part of the show with some words towards the Diamond Cartel. It'll be interesting to see what Scott Diamond and company facing the inevitable per se. So not only you got to deal with the commissioner, but Scott has to be prepared for this 5 minutes encounter with you inside the ring. So even if it's 5 minutes, at least I get to say I saw Anthony Presley, aka Scott Storm, in the ring. Even if it's for 5 minutes, I'll take it.
Yeah, 5 minutes, and it's been 10 years since I've been in the ring. Now you did get to see me do two diamond cutters
Yes, I did.
a few weeks back, so that was something. But the boys in the back have been pushing me to get back in the ring. Like they want to see me do it so bad, and I'm really all about them. But you know, this situation called for it because Scott just won't let go of trying to cause havoc in New South Wrestling, and I'm not going to allow that in our company. The company's for the wrestlers and it's for the fans, and I'm not going to allow Scott Diamond to run roughshod over our company. So if he's going to stick his nose in it, I'm big enough man to rub his nose in the mat.
And you can see it on October the 1st. Doors open at 5 p.m. Bell time at 6:05 p.m. Keeping that 6:05 tradition going, even if it is on a Sunday.
You
Shout
picked
out,
that up, didn't you? You picked
yes,
that up.
yes, I did. I have to thank your colleague DJ Otis Badass for that, and Aaron Rose, obviously. So man, you got a really good team of commentators with Bobby, with Otis, and with Aaron. Aaron's actually double duty. He's the ring announcer and he's a commentator. You got Livewire doing the sounding. So everything, man, like New South is really growing, it's rising. You're getting more debuts. You're getting people from all over the country that wants to be a part of it. So that's pretty cool. I see that we're gonna have a cruiserweight championship match on the first. Icon Lee versus Matt Diesel versus Young Goat Myron Reed. The cruiserweight division has been on fire for months, and those three men are pretty much been the center of this division. And of course, Diesel and Reed had a match at Bash at the Berg. They were both giving it their all, and Lee got involved. And then you came in and said, okay, we're going to settle this on October 1st, triple threat for the title. So, how you feeling about this cruiserweight division with Myron Reed being the champ?
Man, it's awesome. I mean, Myron, he's been everywhere, and he came to us. And when he came to us, he said, "Brother, I love this place. I want to be a part of this place on a full time basis." And I told him I'm 100% all on that. Well, ever since that he won the cruiserweight title, he's been defending that title, and he's been bringing that title a lot of class. I told him that that title means a lot to me because I was actually the very last person for the NWA New South wrestling to hold that title before they retired it. And so that title meant a whole lot to me because I held that title on 3 different occasions. And I told him that meant a lot to me, and he's carried it well. Matt had him and Matt have had some banger of matches. You can also put Corey Sparks in there too, because that whole 3 month period that's been happening, it's been Corey Sparks, it's been Myron Reed, it's been Matt Diesel, and it's been Icon. Now Icon's caused a lot of havoc, man, and he's causing stirring up a lot of people online, and they're getting really upset with him. And he knows how to push all the right buttons for people, but he's never won a match in New South Wrestling. Like, he's been here for about 3 months, and he's come close, but he's never won one. But he got his nose into this match and got involved, and I told him, well, for your punishment, what you're going to get is you're going to get a triple threat match with these two guys, and these two young goat and this stud is going to put it down on you in this match. So he's got an uphill battle to try to get a win this one. So he's not had one yet. So we'll see what happens with Icon Lee, but he does know how to push the buttons, man, and he is a talented wrestler.
As it pertains to Matt and Myron, they train together, they wrestle against each other, they do music together, so they know each other ins and outs per se. And then you bring in Lee, bringing that chaotic uh, to that forefront. You in for quite a match there for the cruiserweight title, October the 1st. Tickets gonna be on sale soon, and match announcements will be announced at some point, either later this week or the following
Aaron's
week.
actually working on those tonight.
Okay, so we'll get those announcements for October the 1st soon. So far, Wakishi will be there, meet and greet, and he'll be a part of the show. Cruiserweight Championship match and more info coming up.
Well, you'll get me with Scott Diamond for 5 minutes.
Yes, you and Scott.
Ari Alexander and Nurse Michael will be in the house.
Okay.
You're going to have Carson Drake and Dylan McKenzie. They're both going to be in the house. You'll have the X Division champion Marty Clay will be in the house. You'll have Dustin Jackson, former upstart heavyweight champion. He'll be in the house. So it's already going to be lining out to be a great card, and we're not even scratching the surface of what it's actually going to be yet. And the show's actually going to be called Retribution.
Retribution. So we heard it here first on this show. New South Wrestling presents Retribution on October the 1st. Get your tickets at the door or get them online. New South Wrestling. Check them out. All the stars that Anthony just mentioned will be a part of the show. Stay tuned for the social media for the match announcements coming at you. And I just want to say again to you, Mr. Presley, it's been good to know you ever since the relaunch of New South. And I will say this as a fan, as a regular that goes to these shows, I have enjoyed everything about this promotion and what y'all bringing to the table. I think it's incredible you're getting wrestlers from all over the tri-state area, and even with Virginia West Virginia, and even Tennessee. So you're getting wrestlers from all over the Midwest and South areas, and you're getting some big names in there too. And of course, Jay Lethal. Not only he had the seminar, he had the match, and he was inducted into the New South Hall of Fame that very same night at Bash at the Berg. So I will end this interview with this talk about Jay Lethal's involvement with New South and how it felt for you to induct him into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, it felt great. Jay has been nothing but great ever since he got here. He's been here, I think, 4 times now, and every time he's come, he loves this promotion. Like he's went out of his way to make it easy on me to get him here, which is not always easy with that way with a lot of stars. But he just loves being here so much. He's like family. When he said that in the ring, he meant that, and I meant it as well. We're like brothers. We talk all the time. I just love having him here. He loved doing the seminar so much so that he wants to come back and do one for about 6 or 7 hours on the Saturday before, so he can really dig in with these kids. He's 100% about helping these kids get better, so they can get to that next level. Not all stars do that. Some stars come in just for the money and just want to get paid, and then they move on with their career. Jay actually cares about giving back, and he told me that New South Wrestling's one of the most fun places he's ever worked. He said the locker room is professional. It's like a family. There's no backbiting or fighting. He said the crowd is so on fire and hot, and he just loves everything we're doing. He loves as you said, the 605 time. The reason we're doing that 605 time, because my favorite part of the wrestling business, my favorite era, was in the 90, 93 era, 90 to 93 era of WCW, back when Dusty was running things. I love that era when it was all about what was happening in the ring, not so much the character development, but what actual wrestling, going in and wrestling. That was my favorite part of the time. It's when I grew up loving it and wanted to do it. Jay thinks along those same lines as that. He wants to see it be more about the in ring competition than it is about all the stuff outside. And he just feels that he gets that here. Every time that he comes in, he's like, man, each match was funner than the last match. Like, I had a great time. And me and him have actually been talking about bringing Jeff Jarrett in. He said he's going to
Mm.
talk to Jeff a little about maybe bringing Jeff. We have talked to Matt Vine about bringing Booker T in, since he has Booker T's title and he's in Booker T's stable. I told Booker that if I own the copyright of my company, New South Wrestling, I told him any of the footage that he wants to use that has Matt Vine with that title, he can use it on his podcast, on his TV program. We're 100% here about helping the business. We're not trying to hold things to ourselves. If I can help another company, or I can help another promoter, or if I can help a wrestler, or if we can do that, I think we can build a wrestling community that the fans can feel good about. Now, you're a fan, and you go to all these shows. I see you at all of them,
Yeah.
and so some fans feel like if they're a New South fan, they feel like I'm cheating New South if I go to Gen Next Pro Wrestling or something. In my view, I want people to go enjoy wrestling, and I don't want them to feel like they're impeding on us by going and enjoying wrestling somewhere. I want them to enjoy wrestling everywhere. And I think if we all work as a community together, it makes a better experience for the fan. Because when you see me out at different shows, I'm always, how you doing, man? You doing good? I want to see you up and cheering, happy, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's why we have a close relationship with Derby City. That's why we have one with Gen Next. That's why we have one with FTC. We want to see all these companies flourish, because I believe that that old school mentality of the territories is over. What I believe is, if we make it everybody flourish and everybody do well, the wrestlers have more places to work,
Yeah.
and the fans get incredible wrestling that they can go see everywhere. And that's what we want to see happen. We want to see the fan experience be great everywhere they go. And that's what my whole 100% thing. And Jay is right on board with that.
Yeah.
And that's why he's such a good fit for New South Wrestling. He's been nothing but good with everything he's done here. He 100% cares about you, the fans. Like he doesn't on those shows like AEW and things like that. That's such a big show that he doesn't really get time to sit and talk to the fans and actually tell them thank you. But at our show, you can only fit 250 people or so in that building. He has a one-on-one chance to talk to almost everybody there, and he can really tell you he appreciates you, and he loves that. I mean, they loves to be able to give back to the people who give to him. On those bigger shows, you really can't do that a lot. They have a certain time limit. They got to get that in, and they got to get back through the curtain so the next guy can go out. So that's why these shows are so important for people who really love wrestling because they get a chance to give back to you. Moose, the same thing. When Moose was here, he was like, I love that I get to talk to these people and they put so much into my career that I get to give back to them. And same thing, he wants to bring his students up to New South and be a part of New South. Like I just it's not about us though, man. I don't ever want anybody to think New South is on an island by themselves because I'm willing to help anybody I can possibly help. And I want to give the fan the best experience possible that they can have. And I want them to go back home thinking, where's the next show or where's it at? It don't even have to be our show. Where's the next wrestling show I can go to? That's what I want people leaving saying.
Well said, man. I appreciate that. From a promoter's perspective, I go to different promotions, obviously, all over social media. I just, at the end of the day, I just want to enjoy wrestling and promotions like New South, Northern Wrestling Federation, Gen Next, Elite Wrestling Alliance, and many others. They provide that. They provide talent that gets the platform to really show what they can do. So I'm happy with. I just want Kentucky wrestling overall to thrive, and we get if we everybody could just be a united front, then Kentucky wrestling could be very special. Um, so
Yeah, and you mentioned Northern Wrestling Federation, man. That's another one, dude. Like we love Roger Ruffin. Roger Ruffin has some of the best talent, not just in the Kentucky area, but anywhere. And we share a lot of talent that he has. And we try on our commentary, and you've heard it on the YouTube. We tell our commentators to put over other promotions that these guys work for. And Roger, man, if they come out of Northern Wrestling Federation, they're a good wrestler and they're top notch. And so we use a lot of their guys. Actually, Big Mama reached out to us. She wants to come in, and we're going to be bringing her in too. We just love a relationship with those guys. Those guys are amazing. They're great for wrestling. They've been around a long time. And if we can help put them over, we want to do that too. So you brought up a good one there, man. I mean, that he's one of the best in this area and has been for a long, long time. But I see you smiling, man, when you leave the shows, and I see the posts that you put on afterwards, and I watch all of it, and not only our shows but other shows you go to, and somebody like you, it really it's not just the fans that see it, but the boys and the wrestlers see it too. And when they see somebody smiling like you do and excited about the shows like you are, it makes them want to go that much more. So yeah, I mean, you really bring a lot of light to the boys and to the girls that do this too. And I know you have a big platform, and you know you kind of cross the wrestling and the music stuff together, and that's awesome. I love it. You know, they both go hand in hand. You mentioned the music that Myron Reed's doing, and people go check that out because that's awesome. He can mix music. He's great with music. He can also do graphics and video design. If you have a video you want to do, he can put it together for you. Like, man, I just want to see everybody do well and everybody succeed. I want to see your brand blow up. Hey, congratulations to you on the award you won. I saw that. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, and you told me you couldn't make that show because you was picking up an award, but man, I
yeah,
was so happy to see you get that.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Check out New South Wrestling Retribution, October the 1st, a week from this Sunday. More details to come on the social media platforms. Just look up New South Wrestling LLC, and they'll give you all the match announcements and future events. Great chatting with you, Anthony. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you on October 1st.
I'll see you front row, brother.
All right, you have a good night.
You too, man.
All
All
right.
right.
Peace.
Bye.